How you doing, OTT fam? Right now, we're going to look at a way for you to play the downside. Okay, we call this playing the downside. So this is VIX. All right, VIXy VIX. This is a volatility index. Now, what this does is basically, in short, when VIX goes down, the market goes up, and when VIX goes up, the market goes down. So we want to make sure we know when VIX is going up and when it's going down so that we can play the upside and the downside. All right. So if you actually, I want to take a look at all these lines on my chart. You see, that's why I charted out all the support and resistances. I figured out a way for me to chart out the support and resistances above the areas where the stock has never been to. So if it's never been up here, I figured out a way to find those support and resistances, and it's been working like a charm. So I want to kind of show you a couple things, just to show you. Okay, so right here, we had a slight bullish divergence right here. See, that's flat. This was going up, and let me erase that just so you can see. Boom, boom, and then stock went up, right? So boom, stock went up. Now these gaps, I want to show you these gaps. So when we talk about gaps filling in the market, this is what we're talking about. So on VIX, see the gap right here? You see the gap right here? Boom, we filled that gap right here. And then it tried to fill that gap right here, didn't do it. Boom, came back down to fill that gap. All over my chart, you'll see gaps that have been filled. All right. Boom, gap right here. And then it filled right there. Gap right here, and so on and so forth. All right, gap right here, got filled over here a couple days later. All right, gap right here, got filled up here. All right, and so on and so forth. So, which brings us to today, playing the downside. All right, so we see we had a gap a couple days ago. Actually, what's that? Last week? Yeah, last week Friday. To today, we gapped up. All right, and then today we filled that gap. You see that? Filled that gap all the way down. So when we were super bullish, this is when the market, or this is when the VIX, excuse me, was dropping. So when the market was super bullish today, and Tesla hit 870, which I think it's going to go to 1,000 this year. Yeah, we were coming down on VIX. So now you can see we are hitting right above that support right here, 1594. And we're right around, see, at the top of this candle, it's a little support as well. So the reason I'm saying that is because right here, you see it respected the top of this candle as well. So matter of fact, let me just draw that out for you real quick. Boom. And what I want to do is make that a dotted line. Cool. Let's make that a little thinner. And let's make it white. All right, so what you can see right here is at the top of right here, right around there. Yep. So right around there, that's like a little support slash resistance. It was using that as support right there. That's what it's using as support right here. But that's just, first glance. What we're looking at is this gap up here. When are we going to fill that one? So I'm thinking we bounce here soon. And we get to the resistance right here, then the next resistance, and then of course the 20 SMA, and fill this gap right here. So that will be playing the downside. We're looking at VIX and we're saying, okay, VIX could possibly bounce right here tomorrow, or it could bounce right here tomorrow. So we're looking at the bullishness, we're playing the bullishness, and we play the downside by looking at where VIX could bounce at. So so VIX is only during market hours, right? So how do you figure out what VIX is going to do in the morning? So we go to VIX futures, which is /VX. Boom, we have VIX futures. All right. So this keeps running after hours. We're going to look at, let's say, the hourly chart. This keeps running after hours, gives us a little indication of where VIX is possibly going. All right. So what I do see, this is the 1 hour chart. Let me see if it's on the 4 hour chart. Yeah, okay. So it's now on the 4 hour chart. All right. So what I do see on the 1 hour chart, which could give us an indication. All right. I see a slight divergence right here. All right. Slight bullish divergence. You see? Right there. See that slight bullish divergence right there? Because this is higher than this. All right. This is higher than this. So this is going down in real time. Right. But on the RSI, it's supposed to be, you know, this is supposed to be lower than this right here. So that lets us know that we're probably working ourselves towards a bounce here. And then also, if we see right here, just another simple divergence, we could just place this right here and see up close and personal that this is supposed to be going down. Let me just draw it out for you. So it's supposed to be going down like that, right? Slight, but it's slightly going up, all right? So if you see both of the divergences, boom, reversal candle right there, all right? So now we know we could have a pullback coming sometime soon, could be in the morning, could be sometime during the day tomorrow. But playing the downside is looking at things like this on the 1 hour time frame, because you couldn't see it on the 4 hour. On the daily, doesn't show it. Actually, on the daily, it does show a doji, which is bouncing off of that bottom band, which is showing it could bounce. So if we did our top-down analysis, we would have seen on the 1 hour chart where it was trying to bounce. It's actually basing out right here, kind of consolidating within this area. So this to me would be the reversal candle. And, you know, what I would want to happen is consolidation through the night. And then in the morning, it goes up so that we can catch that nice put or that nice short action. All right, so that's playing the downside. So we're looking at VIX, and VIX does the opposite of what the market does. So VIX is the volatility index. Once again, that's why we have it charted out. If we go on lower time frames, you'll see exactly how it plays out. So boom, you see sat on there, sat on there, sat on there, dropped below, and then we knew it was going to drop below there. You see, that's why we do it. All right. So this right here is letting us know that we possibly could pop up and fill that gap. It's going to be kind of tricky because we got some great earnings coming up next week. I think Apple, Amazon, Tesla. So yeah, playing the downside is just knowing when to look for the defense and where to look for the defense at. So VIX, once again, is the opposite of the market. Just a little tip to keep your eye out on. All right. Tycoon Leon out.